Okay, looking at the board, we've got silver breaking out, looking as though this could be an imminent breakout higher. So I've got that on my watch list. We've got oil mixed, so I'm ignoring it for the moment. The US30 looks like it's so we'll have a look at that in a moment. I can't picture it without actually looking at the chart, but it's looking as though it's bullish. Ignoring NAS for now, it's conflicting. S&P S&P reversal continuation into an uptrend. So the US30 and S&P seem to be aligned, and gold and silver seem to be aligned. So let's have a look at silver first of all. Right, so get on to the candlesticks. As we can see, we've got the price above yesterday's high. So we're heading into an uptrend. The reversal at high of day. Now we're conflicting. Right, so let's get grips to this. So essentially we have a market that's got put in a peak formation low at the start of the week, and we're pumped up. We're in a bullish trend. Overall picture, this looks like a continuation trade to the upside overall, out of yesterday's range, last week's range. So we've done a nice retracement into last week, stop hunt, picking up some liquidity to run higher. However, first red week last week closed bearish, just about. Fake out high. So that's a critical level, last week's high. Now, this has been rallying just about 3L. Took out the lows, pumped, yeah, so makes sense. So just a bit cautious with silver. Do we want to buy into the previous week's high following a first red week? I mean, this could be the pump to sell off. So I'm gonna lean with caution on silver for the moment. It's not. I want to find a best trade setup. That is what I'm looking for. So that doesn't really align with what I want to see. It's a bit conflicting overall. We've got a similar scenario in gold, but we have less bearishness on the chart at first glance. Let's get into the candles. So I put out a video earlier on gold talking about an imminent breakout, which we're actually seeing play out. Now, I don't trade until 10 a.m., so unfortunately, I haven't been able to capitalize on that move, even though I called it. Right, so 10 a.m. is my window. What we might find is will be able to join in later on for a continuation up. So we might be able to milk something out of the continuation. Don't particularly like buying high. We'd need to see some sort of a pullback. We've got this beautiful fake out low scenario. So on that candle closing or rotating through the resistance, it would have been a nice entry. What time was that? That was at 9:15. Heading into the Wall Street Open, risky, but nevertheless, that was certainly a decent setup to have gone long. Just unfortunately, not the best of times of day. Anyway, so gold bullish. I'll leave it on. I think I've already missed the move, to be fair. But maybe we'll get something later on in my trading window to try and milk something out of it to the long side. Okay, so now if we don't get anything to go long, there could be prospects of a short. But 3 weeks of longs, I think I'll wait for later on in the week for a reversal setup. I think it's a bit early in the week for that. Coming out of Monday, peak formation low. I mean, it's a market with bullish momentum, so I don't really want to be getting in the way of it. Okay, so we'll leave gold on the watch list for a long. We'll reassess it in the trading window. Okay, got a bit sidetracked there with a question on the euro, but if the dollar, in a prior video, we're looking at the dollar bearish, so I'm looking for bullish setups in euro, the indexes, and so on. So I'm looking for something aligned with the bearish outlook on the US dollar. At the moment, we have got silver. We just look, gold. Silver looks a bit contradictory. Let's look at what's this over here? This is silver. Well, this is now turning back to a. Let's look at that again. So we're now coming up to 10 o'clock. So perhaps we've got some bullish momentum coming through finally. So we're breaking up now. So we're finally breaking up across that weekly level. Again, but do I want that was it. I mean, do I want to be buying into this peak formation, potentially trapped traders? I don't know. I mean, I don't really want to be selling into that either. So it is a bit conflicting, even though the trend predator is giving us a signal. Well, it was giving us a signal to go long. You see, while we're dancing around this 8-hour level, so really I need to see this market break out of that. But again, we've just, well, resistance over here as well, potentially. Hence why I'm trying to find a higher quality, well, a better engineered chart. I mean, what we could do with this, if it were to pump, pull back, I don't know. Now, I'm not interested in this one at the moment. So now, what's happening with oil today on the calendar? Nothing. Okay. Let's look at the US 500. So uptrend, no setup as of yet. Needs to be a breakout continuation trade. We've got the fake out low peak formation. Very nice. Move up. Bullish across the time frames. Breaking out. Fake out low potentially if we pump. Needs to get above these levels here. We've got the resistance potentially of that peak formation low, peak formation high, low. Well, could easily break through that. So that is a potential setup. Fake out low. Plenty of room up into the previous month's highs, sorry. Breaking out of last week's highs. Following a first green week close, peak formation low, pumping up, continuation trend. So I like this for today. That will be on our watch list as my go-to instrument at the moment. Couple of minutes until 10 o'clock. Okay, so I'm liking that. Let's see what the NAS looks like in comparison. So while we are below last week's highs, makes it difficult to want to buy that. So we have no setup. Nothing that I'd want to take anyway, at least, until we break out of last week's highs. So which one is the better looking market? Dump and pump, perhaps. Yeah, NAS looks good for a dump and pump setup off the closing price for a long to break yesterday's highs. But the key thing here really is we actually want to break those highs. I mean, we could put a small tester on, but I'd rather take the breakout continuation. This could easily be resistance and a trap going long to fall back, but we do have this nice peak formation low in the first green week. I think I'd go for it. Right, 10 a.m. What's happening here? So looking at the S&P, really, we've got more bullish confluence as long as we get above that 8-hour candle high. Right, looking at the US30 here. Looking for a breakout continuation. So we've got peak formation low, moving back inside of Yesterday's range now breaking out to the other side. We've got an outside week, so bullish above there, heavily bullish above, uber bullish I would call it, above last week's highs. And then looking left, let's start on the daily chart, volume profile. Make a point control. Target 1. Target 2. Target 3. On the weekly chart, that one's been done. The target to the upside. Naked value area high. Get rid of that. Around about there-ish. So week commencing 9th of December. Okay. $500 points. So we're already well through the ATR. It's not to say we can't see a continuation. What might we see a continuation out of? Well, yesterday's highs. I should do a look at range expansion of the coil. I'm not going to include the low and the high. I'm just the main bulk of the coil round about in there somewhere. Again, this is discretionary stuff, but just to get a handle on stuff for a potential target to the upside. Okay. That would be a very big move. Right, so the US30 is looking like it wants to build up for a move higher. Talked about this earlier on in this video. Fake out low, impulse, but not breaking yesterday's high as yet. So nothing to do at the moment. Right, so that's going nicely. I've put the stop loss to break even. And we'll see how it pans out. Gold, we have setup was triggered 10:45. but I wasn't keen on chasing the move. It's already a pretty decent sized move on the day into the target ATR. Hola amigo,
¿Qué tal, Luz? Buenos días.
¿qué tal amigo? Mucho tiempo, ¿cómo estás?
Yo bien, ¿y tú qué tal?
Bien, trabajando.
Oh, ¿estás en pana o no estás en pana?
Estoy en Pana.
Ah, yo ya no te había visto.
Sí, estoy en Pana, amigo. Ajá.
Ah, oye, Luz, fíjate que hay unos conocidos que conozco por ahí, por aquí, por Sololá, que estaban diciendo de un fogueo, un molonte.
¿A dónde?
No sé si podemos conseguir la cancha en pana.
Sí, me imagino. En Capolín sería, o si no, hay una cancha donde está a la par de los bomberos, pero fútbol 11 es mucho, tal vez fútbol 9 o 7 ahí, pero es grama. Porque
Ellos
el
tienen un fogueo, fútbol 11, podríamos armar el equipo o no es eso.
fútbol 11, pero el estadio está ocupado porque están poniendo agua ahí, entonces tienen que estar en Capolín.
Oh, entonces, pero ¿qué hay que hacer? ¿Hay que solicitar la cancha o qué?
Solo hay que hablar con the Mooney y ahí estamos. Tenemos que revisar la cancha con the Mooney. Sería gratis y estamos. Ajá.
Oh, ¿y qué posibilidad hay de que le contemos la gente y armemos el juego?
Yo creo que podemos amarrar un equipo, amigo. Depende cuál día. Sería mejor domingo, me imagino.
Sí, domingo, sí.
Sí, domingo y va. Entonces yo creo que yo tengo uniformes cabal 11 para 11 jugadores. Um, y ¿qué va a ser como un reto, ¿ah?
Sí, algo así. La cosa es que quieren un juego y así como reto, ¿verdad?
Como por aguas o algo así.
Sí, sería una caja, me imagino.
Va, 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 ok. Entonces, ¿para cuándo?
Pues, si se pudiera para este fin de semana, sí, sería mucho mejor.
Bueno. Va, entonces, ¿cuántos gente tú tienes? ¿Cuánto Mara?
Pues yo tengo unos dos, tres, tal vez. Conmigo, cuatro.
Va, voy a ver si puedo encontrar y te llamo más tarde, hoy y mañana.
Está bien, y si no encuentras, pues lo buscamos.
Va,
Sí, es que anteriormente le habían dicho a Independiente, pero Independiente les dijo que supuestamente sí, al final nunca les resolvieron.
vaya. Ok, ¿y qué tal el equipo de Solala? Bueno,
Oh, pues la mera verdad es juegan cada 8 días en sintético, pero ahora quieren un juego en campo grande de 11.
va, está bien.
Más o menos hay uno que otro que sí la mueve, ¿verdad?
Va, ok, amigo, perfecto. Buena onda, ok.
Ajá,
Va,
está bien, me avisas
va,
entonces, nada más que la cancha también que sea seguro, porque a veces a nosotros nos ha tocado que nos dicen que sí, pero no nos dan ningún documento y al final pues ya no se lleva a cabo, ¿verdad?
va. Voy a hablar con the Mooney y te aviso.
Ok, está bien.
Va, pues, ok, amigo.
Bueno, hasta
Adiós.
luego.
Bueno. Sorry. I guess you were hearing. I was organizing a football game. Anyway, so the Gats goal going rather nicely, but how much gas it's got left, I don't know. It's coming up to a minus 61.8 level. Um, and when I talk about that, what I mean is the for retracement of the low to the high of that correction could prove sticky. Um, the Dow isn't exactly blowing off at the moment. taking its good time. Could come back and stop us out of break even before the next move up, which would be rather unfortunate. So far, we haven't had a bearish collapse. New 15-minute candle. Is it going to pump or is it going to dump? If it dumps, then you might want to take some profits at this point. If it's rolling over, I really would like that to pump from here, obviously. But if it doesn't, then it's probably going to come back on us. In that regard, though, however, I mean, on the 5-minute chart at least, we do have some structure that may support us, given that we've already come back into pretty much fill the void. The majority of that void, fair value gap, whatever you want to call that, between here and here. So I think we could be protected if it were to pull back. All of that's been filled up. So the US30 is near enough at target. On this rollover, I'd be tempted to take it off. So go and take it off. Okay, job done. Leave it there. Done for the day.